and welcome to the Hollaby Homestead. We have a couple of kind of big updates on the farm. I don't know where to start. As you can see, the fence is done. Finally, this was a big project. This is about 2.5 acres. It doesn't even sound like that much, but it was a lot of work. Yes, we do have the fence unroller and tensioner, but you know, it takes time. If you've ever done this before, you know this. It takes time to put posts in and wire, and then electric fencing takes time, and all that stuff. So, and I think our kind of surprise just kind of gave themselves away. First of all, last Friday, we picked up and came home with some sheep. 2 sheep. They are Katahdin sheep. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not. Katahdin? Yeah, that's it. Katahdin. Anyways, they are hair. They're hair sheep, so they don't need to be sheared. And they're both females. One is a mom and one is a daughter. And the daughter was born in March, and I believe, or April, and the mother is, I can't remember what the guy said. I think she's about a year old. Bailey's a goofball. Anyways, these 2 sheep are extremely docile. They're friendly. They'll follow us everywhere. They're super adorable. You know, they're not trying to get out of the fence or anything like that. They're really well-tempered, well-mannered. And this is what I've heard about this breed of sheep, is that they're just super friendly and they got a good temperament and stuff. So, you know, this works for us. It might not be something that works for you guys, you know, that are thinking about sheep and different kinds of sheep. The reason we didn't go with shearing is, first of all, there is no money in wool. And second of all, it's the point that shearing is an art. And in order to get a shearer out, you know, to your farm, they're not going to come for 2 sheep. They want to come for, I don't even know, probably 50 sheep. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a guy somebody knows that would, but you know, it's hard to do. And shearing sheep yourself can be a risk because you can cut them, they get infected. You know, shearing is a real art, so it's not really something we want to get into right now. Anyways, so we got sheep. Poppy really loves them. Our one livestock dog, she is just in love with them. You know, and Bailey, he's fine with them too. A funny story, actually, and don't worry, I will show you the sheep up close. I'm just gonna talk first. Funny story is that when we brought them home in the truck on Friday night, we left them in the truck for a few minutes just to kind of calm down before we put them in the pen. And you know, so anyways, we went out to put them in the pen, and we're like, where's Bailey? You know, our first livestock guardian dog. And you know, and Dave's like, you know, did you see him when we got home? And I'm like, nah, I don't think so, because usually when we get home or somebody pulls in the driveway, both of them are at the fence barking. So but you know, we've gotten so used to that we weren't paying attention. So we're like, where the hell is Bailey? So Dave, you know, and I'm panicking because I'm like, did he jump the fence? Did he get out while we were gone? Because we did travel quite far for the sheep, so we were gone a while. So Dave came into the pen and he started walking back here, you know, in our new section, looking for him. And there he was, cowering with his tail between his legs. So Dave led him back to the front. And when those sheep went bah, he took off again. So his first reaction, he was absolutely terrified, which is kind of funny, although I can't let him know. I think it's kind of funny because he'll take it personal. But he, I guess it's an okay reaction in my opinion, because at least he wasn't aggressive, because we were afraid of him being aggressive because we weren't sure if he'd ever seen sheep before. So he got over that the first night. By the next day, he was totally fine, not scared of them at all, which is good. So, yeah, he's fine with them now. It was a little shocking, I guess. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to try and show you the sheep here. So bear with me, I'm going to try and show you some more clips of the sheep, but they're just kind of being silly and goofy right now, as they normally are. The other thing that we brought home on the weekend is 2 goats. And, I always said no goats. And here we are. We decided on the goats that because this 2.5 acre new pasture is extremely rough and there's some brush and all that stuff, that we get the goats just to help clear the field. And we don't see the goats as the long-term thing, although people keep telling me once you have goats you're gonna love them, and and you'll never want to not have goats. It hasn't happened yet. I don't hate them. It's just I'm not a goat person. I find the goats a little wouldn't say aggressive. They're just stubborn. They were a bit stressful to get off the truck to put in the barn. Very stressful. And they're cute. Like I get the appeal. They're cute and all that stuff. And I've never tried goat meat, so I'm sure that somebody'd be like, "Oh, you gotta try goat meat because it's the best thing ever." You know what? I'm sure it is. I've never tried it. I don't know if I want to try it. So I don't know. We'll see how the goat thing goes. I'm not too excited about the goats, but they're cute. And I hope that they munch down some of the, overgrown rough parts of the pasture. I'm gonna show you them, and they are cute. I mean, I don't hate the goats. They're just not my thing. The long-term kind of plan is that next year, because the daughter sheep is too young right now, but next year we're gonna breed them, and hopefully we can get 2 to 4 baby sheep out of those 2, which would be nice. And I think we're kind of gonna focus on having a small herd of that specific sheep breed. So nothing too excessive, but that's kind of our focus right now, although things change. Like you farmers and homesteaders probably go through the same thing. You set out thinking, I'm going to do it this way, and then things change. For all we know, this time next year, I could be, the next big goat farmer. Although, probably not. I promise you that. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to show you the goats. So the goats are a lot shyer than the sheep. The sheep, I mean, if we were to let them out of the pen, they would never leave this property. Like, they would just stand on our porch probably and one in the house. They are super friendly and whatever. The goats, they came from a large herd, and so they're a little freaked out because I don't think they've ever been like on their own like this before, and I don't think they'd ever been around sheep before, and I don't think they've ever seen a chicken before. The only thing that they were around was horses. So it's a bit of a learning curve for them, and so I'm not going to blame them for bad behavior or weird behavior because, they've only been here since Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, and today's Monday. So, you know, I mean, it's going to take a while for them to adjust. They haven't really wanted to venture out here yet, which I don't blame them. You know, it's a security thing. They want to stay close to the barn where we've been housing them. The other thing is, because goats kind of are challengers in the way that they want to assert their dominance and headbutt and all that stuff, we're still kind of going through the learning curve of supervising Bailey, because when he sees, you know, an animal being dominating, he wants to be the boss, king of the castle. So it's not that he's bad around them. I'm not saying that he is not bad around them. It's just he has some behaviors that we would rather him not do. Like following too close or cornering. It's not that he wants to hurt them. The other issue is that he's when they run, he's running, and it's not because he wants to hurt them. It's because like they run really goofy, and he's a goofball, and he thinks it's a game. So we're just trying to teach him that you know, you're not supposed to chase the goats, and it's definitely not a game. And I'm not worried about him harming the goats or Poppy. Poppy is indifferent about the goats. She likes the sheep more than the goats, but she's fine with the goats. What I'm worried about is that we have a wether male goat, and he's quite bigger and has quite a set of horns on him, and I'm worried about him headbutting and injuring Bailey, because Bailey is challenging him or being a bit rough with him, or Bailey's trying to play with him and he's like, no, we don't play, we just fight. So you know, we're just supervising that situation. So the I will show you how their living accommodations kind of are, you know, after I show you some goat video. But let's check out these goats. The goats are in the trees there. I'm just gonna leave them for a minute because they're still a bit nervous, and I want them to eat some food. Bailey! So that's what I was talking about, where it's not that Bailey wants to hurt them, it's just that they run, he runs, everybody gets excited, and they kind of take it as a threat, and Bailey's like, hold on, where are you going? I want to hang out with you. So, yeah. We're learning. Like I said, Bailey is not going to injure them or, you know, get aggressive with them. It's just that you know, his goofiness and their goofiness are on two different pages right now. So here comes the female. So the female, where's the female going? There's the female. Hi, this is Gemma. You say hi, Gemma? Bailey? Bailey, come here. Good boy. So the female is a little bit more braver than the male, who we are calling Gary. She kind of comes out first and checks everything else out, and then he's like, oh, okay, I guess if it's okay, I'll go. So yeah, I'm gonna try and film them now so you can actually see what they look like up close. Speaking of, you know, housing and all that stuff, I just kind of give you a rundown on how it works. It's not ideal, because originally we planned that the sheep and the goats could share the section of the barn, but they don't, well, they don't hate each other, but they're not quite that friendly yet. So for the last couple nights, the goats have been in the side of the barn, and we close that gate. And it's nothing against them. It's just the point that when we're in bed sleeping and Bailey's out here, there's no unsupervised roughhousing or danger or anything like that. So we are just closing up the goats for now until Bailey sorts out his stuff with them. You know, just to give them a break and give you know, Bailey a break and the goats a break. So now, because our plan was for the sheep to be there too, I'm going to show you where the sheep love to be. This is not ideal either. We're just doing this for now until the sheep, you know, get comfortable with everybody and everything. So this is not going to be their permanent accommodation. But they have just chosen, and I think it's because it looks very similar to like the house that they were living in where they came from. So they have chosen that our brooder house on this side, like our main coop's over here, and then from here over is the brooder house. So in the brooder house is like a room, and then there's a cage like up on the wall that's built in. That's where like little chicks are, and then when chicks get a little bit bigger, they use a floor. If you haven't seen inside our brooder house, but it's mainly just a room. They love it in there, and I think it's mainly because it kind of reminds them of their old house. So they sleep in there with our meat turkeys, because right now that is where our meat turkeys go at night. The sheep were around other animals like pigs and chickens and stuff, so you know, they're totally fine with everybody. They don't care. I think they really like chickens. So we had the door closed just to kind of keep them out of there during the day, just so they're not causing a ruckus. But at night, they go in there. We leave the door open because, first of all, the livestock dogs are out. So we don't, you know, have to worry about anything coming to get them or the meat turkeys. So sometimes they sleep out in like this screened-in porch area, or sometimes they're inside, but they mainly like being inside. And you know, like, it's not ideal, but it's what they want to do right now. And you know, until everybody gets comfortable with each other, we'll just let them do it. They're happy, they're protected. Our livestock dogs are out here 24/7, so I'm not worried about anything getting them or harming them. And you know, we just want them to be happy and comfortable. If they really love it there, you know what, they can have it. For everybody wondering, our barnyard doesn't have any grass because everybody's walking through here. So no, our animals are not suffering. They have complete access to a giant pasture now, 24/7 around this barn. It's just the problem is a lot of the chickens are still trying to figure out, you know, the new section, meaning like how to get out there and stuff. So we are going to remove our old back fence that goes along here so that it's one whole area. But the meat turkeys have figured it out back there. They love it back there. Hey, Gemma, are you going to be friendly? Are you going to be friendly? Are you going to be friendly? Oh, those are nice kisses. Hi. Hi, Gemma. You're nice. Oh, Bailey. well, that was a first. That was the first time a goat ever willingly came up to me. Yeah, she licked my finger. But yeah, anyways, what I'm saying is that, like, this is a barnyard where everybody kind of lives and walks around, so it is going to be dirt and sand, but every single animal in this area has access to a giant multi-acre pasture over there. It's just new and everybody's still trying to figure it out, so don't judge me, please. Now you know my goats' names. Now, if you're wondering what we named these guys, or ladies, because I forgot to tell you. So the front one, which is the mom, her name is Susie. And the one that's tucked in there, her name is Sierra. And they're really hard to tell apart to the average person. I can tell them apart because the baby has like a shorter snout and a slightly different looking coat, if that makes sense. So, and maybe she'll, because she was born this year, maybe she'll kind of grow up to look exactly like her mom. I don't know. But I can tell the difference, but, you know, I don't even think Dave can tell the difference, to be honest with you. But us girls, we know, we can see, right? Yeah, Susie and Sierra. So the goats are still pretty shy, which you can't blame them. They're gonna take a couple weeks to kind of adjust. Although I was kind of surprised that Gemma came up and you know, kind of licked my finger and stuff. That was weird. Not weird, but I wasn't expecting that. And the sheep. So the sheep are really interesting. I always kind of envisioned sheep as like they're, you know, out in the field grazing, you know, like throughout the whole day and just eating all the time. So these sheep, they'll like come out here, they'll eat for a bit, and then they like to go back to the brooder house, aka their new home, and they sit there and you know, you can see their mouth moving and they're chewing cud, I think is the term. You know, which is a natural and healthy behavior of a sheep. But you know, I always envision that this is funny. I don't know if I can film this. Look at this. Gemma's like, hey, where'd you go? Gemma! Gemma! Gary! What are you doing? Come here. Gemma! Come on. Poppy. I think you scared the goat off, okay? But that's okay. I know you didn't mean to. Didn't really know much about sheep. I always just thought that they just like ate literally all day, but they don't. They gotta chew their cud, and that's a normal healthy thing. So that's why you don't see much action right now. It's the heat of the day, and everybody's just kind of chilling and relaxing. Hi. Hi, Susie. Hi, Susie. The daughter really likes to sit close to the mom. Wherever she goes, the daughter goes, which is good. So one of them gets out, and you'll find both of them. Good girl. You're such a good girl. Are those your sheep? I think you are a goat dog. Right, Bailey? I think you're into goats. I think I'm gonna wrap up this video. You know, sorry it's not that exciting. It's just it's the heat of the day and everybody's, you know, relaxing and staying out of the sun and chewing their cud. So, you know, but everybody's happy. Everybody seems healthy. Everybody's adjusting. And here comes Gemma. You know, is Gemma gonna make me a goat lover? I don't know, but she's kind of cute, and she seems to want to get to know me. Right, Gemma? Yeah, maybe not. We can keep it that way. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm gonna try and film them when they actually, you know, are out in the pasture and stuff too. And hopefully I can show you some of those clips. You know, they love it out there. It's just they gorge, they eat a lot, and then I think it's a little overwhelming, and then they kind of come back here and just kind of relax and chill. So, you know, the nature of the sheep and the goat, I guess. Gemma is going around to the field to eat now. Anyways, and so is Gary. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye!